Hey everyone, it's Mari Clark. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I have a project here today using some cut files from the Just Nick digital cut file shop. I will leave a link to the shop in the description box down below. This is my finished project, and today I'm going to be using the Floral Link lace cut file, which you can see here on my desk. And I'm also going to be using the Varsity Outline Alpha. So those are the two cut files from the shop, and I am going to take you through that process. So I cut the cut file down to just a really narrow strip here that you can see. It's about, right now it's probably about 11 inches long and maybe about 4 inches wide. I am going to back this strip with some pattern papers from the Heidi Swapp Color Fresh collection. I'm going to do that just by applying a little bit of liquid adhesive with my fine liner bottle here to the back of the cut file, and then I'm just going to put that down onto the patterned paper. This is one of the 6x6 pattern papers, and I believe this one is kind of a lime green grid paper. And I'm just going to really loosely cut around that for now and just kind of get most of that paper off of there. And then I'm just going to really close to the cut file trim out that pattern paper so that the only pattern paper remaining is backing the blank areas behind that cut file. Now you can see that I did the same thing with the word Mexico that I cut from that, or using the Varsity Outline Alpha. And I am going to use the same process to back my letters, except that I'm going to show you a little hack here. This is actually a really simple way of backing alphas. If you have a Xyron sticker maker, this is super, super easy to do. I've had this Xyron sticker maker in my stash for a very long time, and this is a really great way to use it. So I just put the letter into the sticker maker. I pulled that sticker out, I burnished it a little bit so that the sticky is on the back. Now I just placed it onto my pattern paper, and I'm going to use that same process there. I'm just going to fussy cut around the edges of the alpha or the cut file. And there you can see I've got both sets of cut files that I cut with my silhouette all ready to go. I'm going to back that cut file onto that plaid pink pattern paper, and I'm going to use this photograph here of me from a recent vacation. I wanted to use a little bit of black on my layout as well, because there is black in that photograph. The cover up that I'm wearing at the pool that day happened to be black and white and kind of a gray color, and I wanted to bring that black into the layout as well. So I'm going to bring this cut file up off of the layout a little bit to add some dimension, just by putting a little bit of foam adhesive on the back of it, and I've got that all stuck down now. I'm going to back my photograph with some foam adhesive as well. This is just some cheapy kids craft foam from Walmart that has adhesive on it. Just going to adhere that photo to a piece of white cardstock, just keeping it really nice and clean. I thought that I might back or matte that photo with some of that leopard print paper from Heidi Swapp's Color Fresh collection, but I decided that it was just a little bit too busy. I didn't like the looks of that, so I end up just leaving it plain like it is here. And so I'm just going to continue on here with the layout. And I'm just going to show you here. I thought that I'm just going to show you putting that paper on there, but you can see it's pretty busy. It would have been probably okay. It does definitely draw your attention to the photo, but I just felt like it was just a little bit too much, because I've already got that plaid patterned paper in the background there and the cut file. I just didn't really think I needed that leopard print too. Now I took the llama paper. I love this paper from Color Fresh, and I just gutted it. I want it as a frame. I took that pink, tutu pink basil cardstock for the base of my layout and trimmed it down. I actually stuck it up onto some foam adhesive and then matted it onto a white piece of cardstock as well. So you can see there's actually 3 mats or layers to the whole base of the layout. And now I'm just going to start to kind of embellish and do a little bit of adding the details, the fine details to the layout. So I'm just using the die cut pack from the Color Fresh collection. I used some of the photo corners on my photo there. You can see where I added the mint green photo corners to the photo. And now I'm going to actually stick this part down and get that all adhered down so that I can just build the rest of the layers on top of this piece of the layout. I wanted to leave this slightly over to the left so that I had room to put the word Mexico in those varsity outline alphas down the side. What I did with this piece here, this is a vellum piece, and I wanted to stick it up onto some foam adhesive, so I didn't want that to show through the vellum. So I just adhered another circle of patterned paper behind that vellum piece, and I'm just going to staple that on, and then I'll put the foam dots on the back of that, and now it will actually have a little bit more dimension on that white cardstock piece. Just going to make sure that I have that centered all nicely on that white cardstock, and I will also pop that white cardstock circle base up with some foam adhesive too. And I just fussy cut out this llama from one of the die cut pieces in the ephemera pack, and I will use the other portion of that, which was a little phrase that says la 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 love your la la life, which I thought was really cute. So I'm going to use that. You'll see that as I add it on here in a little bit. I'm just placing those alphas on the side there just so that I can see where I want them to be before I actually add the adhesive to them. I am going to pop those up on some foam adhesive as well. I just really like that look. I think it just makes the layout look a little bit more interesting. I know that it does add thickness to your album when you put these pages into your album, but you know what, I just really like how it looks, and it's okay. I'm okay with the albums being a little bit more thick. If just because the layouts have a bit more dimension, I'm fine with that. So here you can see I've added a journaling card to below the photograph here. I'm just going to show you up close here some of the details. I added the Thickers 2019 to the side of the photo. I added a little vellum piece there that says chill out, and here you can see where I cut out that Lala love your Lala life. The layout's finished. I am going to just add a few enamel dots. These are from Chamel's Glitter Girl collection. I just really love these glittery enamel hearts, and I wanted to add a few of those in 3 different colors. I wanted to add the mint green, the light pink, and the darker pink. So you'll just see me fuss around with where I want to trying to find a great place to put these, and eventually I settle on a few different spots for these 3 little enamel dots. The design of this layout really evolved, I have to say. I started out doing some mixed media on this layout, and I did a piece with some magicals to put behind the cut file instead of that plaid paper. I didn't like how it looked. It actually took me a while to make this layout. I'm not really sure why. Maybe because I've had a little bit of a break from scrapbooking. I'm not sure, but it did take me a while. I'm happy with how it turned out now that it's all finished, but it definitely had an evolution. I did save those bits of video when I did the mixed media piece, and I might share that in a separate video, but it didn't make the cut for the final layout here. So I just decided to cut it out because the video would have been really super long, and I just thought, well, it doesn't really have any merit in staying in because you won't see any part of that mixed media in the end product here anyway. So I did cut that out, and I guess for good reason. I like to keep my videos around 10 minutes just because I feel like, lots of times people don't have longer than 10 minutes to watch a video. They want to see the basics. Let me know if you have any thoughts about that. Do you like shorter videos? Do you like longer videos? What are your preferences? I do like to keep my videos right around that 10-minute mark, just to show you, the main parts of how the layout is created so that it doesn't take you too long and you get the gist of all of the work or the different bits that went into creating the layout. So I really love these cut files. Make sure that you check out the cut files over at justnick. I will leave a link to the cut file shop and the blog down in the description box below. Like I said, I like how this turned out. It is another opportunity here just for me to scrapbook one of the photos from our trip that we took in December and document that. thanks so much for sticking around. There's a few still shots here of the layout up close, and have an amazing day. Thanks again for stopping by my channel. Bye-bye.